AI isn't coming to cybercrime, it's already automating scams, exploits, and deepfakes. Here's what changes and what to fix first. Start here. Breaches still trace to two things: people and bugs. Social engineering tricks humans. Vulnerabilities let attackers walk in the front door. Now AI turbocharges both. It writes convincing emails, clones voices, and scans for weak servers at machine speed. That means more attacks, faster, and cheaper for criminals. If you want to protect your organization, you must change how you defend identity, patching, and trust. Ready to see exactly where AI hits hardest? First root cause: social engineering. AI turns generic phishing into personalized spear phishing at scale. Attackers scrape LinkedIn, public files, and project pages to build profiles. Then they craft messages that use the right jargon, tone, and timing. A one-off scam becomes a believable conversation. People who ignore obvious typos are vulnerable to a friendly, context-aware chat. That changes training and verification. So how do you stop a message that sounds like a colleague? Phishing-as-a-Service went AI native. Criminal platforms now generate landing pages, localize language, and evade filters automatically. Buyers click a few settings and launch campaigns that mimic regional idioms and corporate templates. Imagine a marketplace selling tailored deception as a subscription. That globalization and automation means defenders see many smaller, smarter campaigns instead of a few noisy blasts. So where do these services get convincing voices and faces? If you said, "I'd never fall for that," pause. Criminals now deploy AI agents that role-play patiently. They can act as a vendor, IT support, or an executive, and walk someone through a bogus security check until they hand over MFA codes. These agents keep conversations credible and persistent. So training must focus on behavior and verification, not just spotting typos. What practical rules stop a convincing impersonator mid-call? On the exploitation side, AI finds bugs faster. AI-assisted fuzzing and code analysis reveal subtle chains that humans might miss. Attackers reverse engineer patches with automation and spin exploits in hours. The result: the window between patch release and mass exploitation shrinks from weeks to days, or less for internet-facing devices. That forces defenders to rethink patch SLAs and prioritize differently. Which systems deserve a 24-hour reaction and which can wait? Once inside, AI speeds lateral movement. Tools like graph analysis map Active Directory and identify shortest paths to high-value assets. An AI-driven operator chains misconfigurations in minutes. In flat networks or cloud environments with loose identity governance, attackers can jump from a mailbox to domain admin with alarming speed. That makes attack path pruning and least privilege non-negotiable. But what does a prioritized remediation list look like in practice? Agentic AI malware turns a single prompt into an end-to-end intrusion. Give it a target profile and it plans OSINT collection, crafts lures, probes for vulnerabilities, and executes a multi-stage campaign. Humans may only oversee the final payout. This multiplies attack volume and reduces the skill barrier. If your defenses assume human error patterns rather than autonomous planning, you'll miss these campaigns. So how do defenders keep up with autonomous attackers? Disinformation isn't just politics. Flooding markets or customer channels with AI-written narratives can cause operational harm and mask intrusions. Networks of fake sites and automated aggregators amplify false stories quickly. When systems rely on automated content feeds, manipulated narratives can cascade into real-world damage. Validation, provenance, and source integrity suddenly matter for security teams as much as PR. What rules stop a coordinated narrative from becoming a crisis? Set out-of-band verification for money and data moves. For finance, HR, and IT, require a second channel for transfers, payroll changes, or credential resets. Maintain private code words or a pre-agreed verification method. Crucially, build a pause and verify culture. No punitive reactions when someone slows a transfer. Against a convincing deepfake, a short call to a known number or a pre-shared secret stops the scam. How do you operationalize that without slowing business? Train differently. Simulate hyper-personalized phishing, SMS lures, collaboration app scams, and AI voice calls. Teach people to spot behavioral cues like urgency, secrecy, and requests to move off platform. Add a one-click report suspected phish button in email and chat. Exercises should measure decisions, not just clicks. Behavior-based cues still work when content looks perfect, but training alone isn't enough. What technical controls must sit behind educated users? Harden email and brand signals. Enforce SPF, DKIM, and DMARC at reject for your domains and monitor reports. Surface external sender banners and block lookalike domains. Attackers will still spoof, but removing easy spoofing raises the bar. Combine this with monitoring for brand abuse and takedown processes. Those steps reduce direct domain impersonation and force attackers to craft deeper social engineering instead. Ready to tighten patching to match AI speed? Patch by risk, guided by exploitation data. Prioritize known exploited vulnerabilities and intranet-facing criticals within 24 to 72 hours when feasible. Automate patch verification and track SLA adherence by asset class. Pre-stage emergency windows and rollback plans. Attackers reverse engineer patches quickly. You must compress your response time. This is triage combined with muscle memory. Deploy, verify, and roll back fast. But patching is pointless if identity and paths remain exposed. How do you reduce those paths? Segment and contain. Separate production from corporate. Isolate user from server VLANs, and create protected enclaves for high-value assets. Implement egress filtering and DNS controls to block command and control and exfiltration routes. Require application layer authentication between tiers. If attackers breach a workstation, segmentation makes lateral movement costly and noisy. Containment buys time for detection and response. Speaking of detection, what should you collect and automate next? Turn on behavior-based detection, EDR, XDR, with strong analytics and automated isolation. Add identity threat detection for token misuse, impossible travel, and consent grant abuse. Stream telemetry to a CIM or SOAR, and use AI-assisted triage to speed incident handling. You'll still miss some attacks, but fast isolation and informed triage cut damage. Build playbooks for automated containment, then test them. Now, what about your internal AI use? Could that leak secrets faster than attackers steal them? Govern AI internally. Publish acceptable use rules and restrict sensitive data from being pasted into third-party models. Apply DLP and monitor prompt leakage. Vet AI vendors for security and data handling. Employees can accidentally expose secrets to public models far faster than attackers break in. Treat AI like any other data sync. Policy, technical controls, and audits. That reduces internal risk. Next, prepare specific steps for deepfake incidents when they happen. Prepare a deepfake playbook. Define verification procedures, notification paths, and forensic preservation steps. Pre-record executive messages for public release if someone clones a leader. Train comms and legal to respond fast. During an incident, speed trumps perfection. Verify, contain the financial vector, and communicate clearly. A rehearsed playbook prevents panic and limits damage. Before we wrap, let's summarize the prioritized checklist you should act on this week. Quick recap. Focus identity and MFA, out-of-band verification, modern training, hard email signals, risk-based patching, identity pruning, segmentation, behavior detection, AI governance, and deepfake playbooks. Those 10 moves cut most likely losses from AI-augmented attacks. Start with FIDO2 for admins, patch known exploited systems quickly, and enforce verification for money and data changes. Do these 3 things first, then expand into the rest. Want a short roadmap you can hand to your CISO now? A hopeful reality. Security teams already use AI to triage alerts, prune attack paths, and harden configurations faster. AI lowers the skill barrier for defenders as much as attackers. Platform improvements like passkeys and Secure by Design cloud services raise the baseline for everyone. The teams that win will pair strong basics with smart AI-assisted tooling and disciplined processes. That combination is practical and within reach. Ready for one last quick checklist to share with leadership? Hand this to leadership. 3 immediate asks. 1. Enforce phishing-resistant MFA for admins. 2. Patch known exploited internet-facing systems within 72 hours. And 3. Adopt out-of-band verification for financial and HR changes. Add a funding ask for EDR XDR and a quarterly assumed breach exercise with AI scenarios. Those requests buy a disproportionate reduction in risk. Make the conversation about specific outcomes, not abstract threats. Want to see a sample email you can send right now? Final thought. Attackers use new tools, but the defense playbook still centers on identity, patching, and process. AI accelerates both sides, so speed, automation, and practiced playbooks win. Start small, measure outcomes, and iterate. Run exercises that mimic AI-powered attacks and fix the bottlenecks you find. If you move decisively this quarter, you won't just survive the AI transition, you'll make it harder for attackers to win. Ready to act? If this helped, like and subscribe for concise security playbooks. Comment one action you'll take this week. I'll reply with a short template you can use.